Well, hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to a new episode of He Said, He Said, He Said, a look at the world from a seasoned Black man's perspective. Please forgive us. This is a live show, and so anything that can go wrong will go wrong. So we apologize for coming on late tonight, but welcome to our show this Friday, December the third. The second. I'm sorry. I hope everyone is feeling well and doing good. Our show tonight is holiday luxury dining. And we have brought back one of our favorites, ladies and gentlemen, Chef Katrell. Actually, I was going to say is with us, but I am with her. I am in her kitchen tonight, and we're going to be talking to her about holiday luxury dining. And we are so excited about the show. Hope everyone, like I said, has had a good week. Let me see. For many of you who don't know, tomorrow is the 30th anniversary of texting. That's right, texting is 30 years, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow, on December 3rd, in 1992, a gentleman by the name of Neil Papworth, he texted two words, Merry Christmas, and it went around the world. And 1 year later, in 1993, Nokia introduced an SMS feature with a distinctive beep to signal an incoming message. That's right. Hey, Rose, how you doing? Thank you for joining the show tonight. And I want to take a moment to, send up prayers to, one of our favorite weathermen, Al Roker. He's one of the most famous weathermen that we know on TV. He was rushed back to the hospital the day after Thanksgiving amid ongoing health scare due to blood clots. And, just being personal with you guys, I know what that's like. I had blood clots in 2013, ladies and gentlemen, and I made it through, didn't know how it happened. So we are wishing him well. He has never missed the Thanksgiving parade, and it was the first time in 27 years that he had to do that because of his health. So we want to pray, send up a prayer for Al Roker. Also, another health scare or something that I want to share with you all, Sinbad. Many of you are finding out, like me, that 2 years ago, Sinbad had a stroke. And he has recently gotten out of the hospital. He was in the hospital for nearly, 9 months. And from what we understand, he is fighting every inch of his life. So send up your prayers. And Blair Underwood, the actor Blair Underwood, posted on Monday that we send in some donations to Sinbad because his insurance had run out. And ladies and gentlemen, again, don't judge. I will say this: it happens, but we need to open our ears and our eyes, particularly in this industry, that the alarm has been sound that the need for adequate health care for everyone is imminent, and we need to pay attention to that. So prayers for Sinbad. And last but not least, on a happy note, Billy Porter. That's right, Billy Porter got his Walk of Fame actually on yesterday, and it was announced in 2019 actually that they were going to do it, but because of the pandemic, they pushed it back. And so kudos to Billy Porter for getting your Hollywood Walk of Fame, my brother. Well deserved. He has been doing his thing. Well, again, thank you all for being there. Hey, Sean. Hey, Rose. I saw you guys there. Hey, Jocelyn. Oh my God. This is my fragrance girl, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say to that. Hey, Judy. Hey, Alma. But look, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready for the chat. Now, I can't do that without my two co-hosts. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Vash Bobby and Mr. Bobby Edwards. Hey, how you guys doing?
Doing great. I couldn't get over the new background, your new chair. You're with Katrell. That's amazing.
I am with Katrell. Bobby, I think you need to take yourself off of mute. I think there you go. There you go. Because we want to hear. We want to hear you. Yes. Are you checking out my background?
Yes. And the tree next to you, all of it.
It's fabulous.
It's
And in fact, someone even actually mentioned it in one of the chat
Oh, really?
messages that they like the chair.
Oh, Judy. Hey, Judy.
hey, Judy. Well, look, Judy, is Judy here? Is Judy local? Oh, she's in
Judy is
California.
She is in California. She's in Oakland and just got back from a trip to Africa. So she went back to the motherland.
Well, Judy, if you ever come to DC, look, you have to come and have brunch with Chef Katrell. That is a must. And when you come, maybe we can get Vash down here too, because we need to do that. Bobby, you've done your thing. You've been here.
I've been there. I'm still trying to figure out why I'm not there with you tonight, but that's a whole nother subject. So,
well, I'm sure during the show tonight we will get on with that. Okay, I'm sure we will find that out. But look, last week I made the announcement that it was my high school reunion, and ladies and gentlemen, Bobby and this during Vash, they made me do something that I don't normally do. They made me pull out some pictures. So,
well, we thought if you were going back for your reunion, I mean, we want to know. We want to know how it was, and the viewers need to see what was Alvin like back in high school.
Well, okay. Just to make my co-host happy, here's some images from the reunion. McKinley Tech High School in DC. All the classes were there. I mean, it was phenomenal. There had to be close to 800 to 1,000 people there at the Martin's Cross Winds in Maryland. I saw some of my old friends that, this is my date, Karen. We've been friends since the 10th grade, and she's just a beautiful spirit. She was there, and I used to work closely with the cheerleaders. This is Cheryl Catlett. She was one of the cheerleaders, and this is Angela. Angela's like a style maven these days, ladies and gentlemen. Right. So it was just amazing. And this woman here, Vita Glenn, Vita, if you're watching, she was the most beautiful woman, and she still is in my class. And she's still holding together, sweetheart. Nice. But it was an amazing night to be with friends and stuff. And so
it was an all alumni reunion. It wasn't just your graduating class. It was all McKinley Tech graduates.
All McKinley Tech, and they went all the way back to 1955.
Wow.
And even one of my one of the teachers were there also. So excellent. That it was really fun. So and also, okay, ladies and gentlemen, they made me go down memory lane and pull these pictures out.
Gotta do it.
And they wanted to see what I looked like in high school.
Are you all hearing the theme song to Shaft that I'm hearing right now?
Seriously. And the hair, you had hair for days.
I had hair for days, and I was doing my thing. I was a little chubby kid, so I was doing my thing. And so if my producer can go ahead and speed those pictures up, this is my best girlfriend now. Stephanie, I met her as soon as I walked through the door, 7th grade, and we're still friends right now.
That's a sweetheart.
Sweetheart. This is one of the talent shows I was going to be in. We thought we were chic.
Come on now.
And all of these people were at the reunion.
Good. See, you must should have recreated that picture. That was
seriously.
Nice.
Child, I couldn't catch up. This is me in one of my moments. I was a dancer, so I used to do that. And
it's the socks for me.
Okay, and this is when I ran for Mr. McKinley. And this was my girlfriend at the time, and yes, Karen, and we're still good friends. And this is my high school picture.
Oh, come on now, come on!
And in front of the world's largest chocolate bar.
But then when I left school, I had to show them what I was working with.
Well, now.
This is what I have been. This is what I became.
Oh,
okay.
And so were you that big, or were you standing in front of one of those cutout things?
All I'm gonna say is we can move on past this. Thank you all for indulging me.
Actually, this is quite the image here.
Yes. And Alvin is single.
Oh Lord, Jesus! He said.
Yes, he said.
Can we move on, please? Thank you all for letting me do this and share this.
Thank you for sharing those, Alvin. We really appreciate the vulnerability.
I appreciate it.
We had to give you a little bit of grief about that, but
thank you.
We do want to move on. We want to move on to a couple of other topics, including the fact that American politics right now has really been quite divisive, and there are often few glimmers of hope that we see. But history is still being made, and it happened this past Wednesday with the the House Democrats ushered in a whole new generation of leadership in naming House Minority Leader Representative Hakeem Jeffries, who was elected the first Black American to head a major political party in Congress, as long-serving Speaker Nancy Pelosi and her team will soon step aside. This is big. Never has any major political party been led by an African American. And obviously, he is a relatively young man. He's 52 years old, from New York, and he is committed to. All he keeps saying is he is working to be committed to getting things done. He is willing to work across the aisle because it's about making progress. And obviously, and I thank you, Alvin, for giving me this opportunity to just kind of give a quick shout out to the fact that Hakeem is also a member of Kappa Alpha Psi. He is one of my fraternity brothers, so we are particularly excited. Yo, we'll give him the big yo, 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 yo. Excited about Representative Jeffries in this leadership role. And we also salute the legacy and the long tradition of Nancy Pelosi. I think it is quite noted that we will go from Nancy Pelosi in that role to Hakeem Jeffries. So history being made.
Congratulations, Hakeem Jeffries.
Yeah,
I'm sure he will do us proud. Thank you, Bobby.
Yeah.
Thank
Super
you.
excited.
Thank you.
I know. Give it to him one more time.
Yo, yo. Yeah.
Well, other historic things have happened. The House of Representatives passed H.R. 8404, which is known as the same-sex marriage bill, but its official name is the Act to Repeal the Defense of Marriage Act and ensure respect for state regulations of marriage and for other purposes. It's the other purposes that's going to come back up on us.
Come on now.
I know, right? So it passed 61 to 36. 61 Democrats, 36 Republicans. And now the bill goes into the House, where it is assumed that it will pass and then be passed on to Biden to be signed into law. Now, some of the Republicans who actually did vote for the bill held out until there were provisions put into the bill that would make it so that people would have exemptions based on religious freedoms, right? And it basically states that anybody who is in or works with or any institution that is putting forward religion, whether it be a school, a synagogue, a mosque, et cetera, that they would not be required to provide any goods or services for the celebration or the solemnization of any of these marriages.
Excellent.
And if they did not choose to participate in these acts, that they could not be sued or lose their tax exempt status or any benefits for not recognizing these units. So on one hand, it feels really great and really fabulous that this is passed, because now these marriages are safe. Every state is going to have to recognize other states' unions, and they will receive the federal tax benefits and all the other benefits that go along with marriage. So kudos, kudos, kudos.
Kudos, kudos. Well, thank you. Yeah, that was actually good to hear. But like you said, everything comes with a cost. You know what I mean? And so we have to keep our eyes open. I'm going to round out this chat, ladies and gentlemen, because we are, we're talking about the holiday show and we're talking about food. I love to cook, and and we talked about a couple of weeks ago. We talked about Christmas lights and how some of us were just annoyed that Christmas lights was up too early. Well, I just want to ask everybody who's watching, have you ever gone to the grocery store and you go to pick up, get your vegetables or whatever, and you got to grab one of those plastic bags and you can't open it?
It is amazing that you are so overwhelmed by these plastic bags.
It is annoying AF. Okay, and it is annoying to sit there, and I think someone told me, well, just wet your hands or just spit your hands.
Yeah, it was me. If you just get your fingers moist, just touch like a piece of produce and it's got moisture on it, touch it and it'll open.
I think that's right, Rodney. See, Rodney know what I'm talking
Rodney's
about.
like, oh my God.
You just want to grab a bag, open it, put your stuff in it, and leave. That doesn't happen. I don't want to beat this dead horse, but I just had, the thought of like, having a cooking show and have to prep and get ready for cooking. That is the one thing that get on my nerves. Okay, to have to go to the store to do that. I just have to get that out of my
The chat seems to suggest that you are not alone. There are people who chiming in and they're like saying they join you. And
Well, hopefully we have helped them all.
well, you have to
get your fingers a little damp, touch it like, a piece of parsley or something, your fingers moist, and then squeeze, pinch, they open up.
We're talking about plastic bags now, Vash.
Well, it works for many things.
Okay.
Oh my Lord.
Thank you,
Oh
Rodney.
my
I'm looking
God.
around to see who's watching me, but
disclaimer, I had nothing to do with that.
I am going to thank you all for understanding how I feel on that, because I know it. If it happens to me, it has to happen to you, and that's going to be one of our taglines. If it's happening to us, it got to be happening to you.
This is not the cooking segment that we are going to be talking about.
I want to take a step aside from that because I usually have solutions.
Are y'all ready to get on with this show tonight?
Yes,
because I'm here and it smells amazing in here, ladies and gentlemen. So I ain't trying to stick a I'm not. But look, our special guest tonight. Actually, you met her last year when we brought her on for the first time in July for the 4th of July. And we had a cooking show, and I made those god-awful balls that didn't look like hers. And then we brought her back in February for the Valentine's Day show, and you all just loved her. And many of you from this show have made her your chef for whatever reason. And I definitely thank you for that. Tonight, she is back and I am with her, ladies and gentlemen. Let's welcome back for the holiday luxury dining show, none other than Chef Katrell.
Chef Katrell. Hi, it's so good to see you.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, so it feels like it's been forever, first of all, but thank you for having me back.
Katrell, it has been forever. Alvin, as Alvin said, you haven't been with us since February. Mm-hmm. And we had you on twice last year. You were around the holidays. So it is only befitting that we bring you back to have you talk to us about luxury dining and any points and tips you can give us to help us make our lives as fabulous as yours seems to be.
Aw, thanks, Vash. Can I just add something, though?
Yes.
You are the only one that has not been here.
I know.
I'm just let that marinate for a minute.
Look, it's already a point of contention. I'm so sad. And I you know what? In 2023, I am coming to see you.
Okay.
And I don't want to just have you cook for me. I want us to go out. Someone else can cook. And I want to talk to you because I absolutely adore you. And I have lots of things I want to talk to you about.
That's sweet.
I love it.
All right for lobbying for Katrell.
And I can't get mad because the only way that I had the pleasure of actually being in that space and meeting Chef Katrell was through Alvin. So I can't.
Y'all been making me feel real celebrity-esque up on here.
You deserve it. We love you. And you are truly a he said fan favorite. People love you. And I hope they show you during the course of this hour.
And you don't show, you got good visuals too. Oh, yes, you do. So let's get on with the show. I know you have 3 points, and we'll start wherever you want to start.
So, forgive me because I kept looking over, forgetting that Alvin's like right here. He's
literally, yeah.
I have 3 great points that I want to talk to you guys about, and let's talk about smell first. Can we get into that?
Yes.
Because I'm big on smells. I think that I think as soon as you walk into a room or a restaurant, you should feel like, this is going to be good, right? So let's talk luxury dining, luxury cuisine, if we will. Alvin and I were talking prior to about what is luxury smells? What is luxury like food smell like? And I was like, okay, well, chitlins, they don't smell. So let's start there.
Right.
That's
Talk
not
about what it
that
takes.
doesn't feel luxury. It's become a high level cuisine, but it doesn't smell like luxury.
No.
One of the things that I asked Katrell when we got together was, are there certain foods that you can walk into a room and say luxury, that they scream luxury? And I mean, I've gone to a lot of places where things smell good, but I don't know if I could call them luxury. I could say luxury.
Yes, so I'm gonna say it depends on everyone's palate, right? Everybody's palate is different. So let me describe, because I don't want to get no hate mail like, barbecue ribs is luxury for you, sis. Not my palate though. So I'm gonna go with I love mussels. I love surprisingly I love anything seafood. If it's cooked right, the smell, there shouldn't be a stench or a foul smell in seafood. If there is, then we need to like throw it away and start from scratch, because that means the seafood was bad altogether. So I think for my palate, it's seafood. I'll even take a little surf and turf in there, cooked right, medium, preferably. Anybody wanting dinner with me? Anything over medium, I'm not dining with you. But those are some of the things for luxury dining that everyone would love. Everyone loves a good crab cake, Chilean sea bass, drizzled with like butter garlic. We could do a pasta, like shrimp pasta, which I have here. So we're going to be partaking. Can we dine in? Well, Alvin will tell you how it is.
So let me ask you about, and I'm going to say this.
Uh-oh.
I have gone to some places that are pretty highbrow, and I would smell beer. And that does not work for me.
You smell beer.
Yeah, it would,
Are you walking by the bar?
yes.
Okay.
I hate the smell of beer.
Well, you know what? Sometimes people cook with beer. Like we cook crabs in beer. You cook with beer. It actually adds a lot of flavor. So again, this is like according to your palate. If you can get beyond the smell, the restaurant was amazing. I'm sure, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I think sometimes we just gotta like dig through. So let's start here. I think people eat with their eyes first. So if I'm looking at something, I already know it's gonna be good based off of how it looks.
Right.
Now if you've disappointed me because you can't cook, Alvin, with the crab cakes, that's another story. However, people eat with their eyes first. If you see something and they serve you your plate and you're like, this is gonna be good. Shoulders get to moving because you know that lobster is gonna be good, right?
Yeah.
It looks appetizing. So people eat with their eyes first. So presentation is key when you are, entertaining. You want it to look nice. You want the presentation to look like I want all of this. I want it all.
So help me with that, Katrell, because I mean, let's say you cook something really groovy. You've got these great little components. They may all look good in the pot, but what's the secret to making it look good once it makes it to the table?
So I'm gonna hurt someone's feelings, but it's just you can talk.
Yes.
Let me say this: if you can't cook, don't try to entertain.
Okay.
Let's start there. Don't try to entertain. Order, but don't say you made it from scratch.
Okay.
But order out, right? And let me rephrase that because I don't want people to say, well, I love to entertain and I can't cook. Then just order. But you definitely can't say you made that from scratch when you ordered it from the Hamilton.
Or they could pick up the phone or go to their computer and go to chefkatrell.com.
But my question is, like, you make food and it looks great in the pot.
Yeah.
Is there a secret to putting it on the plate to make it look even better?
Oh, like presentation, like plate presentation.
Yeah, like what are some?
So when you are on smaller plates, like if you were dining for a party of 7 or a party of 8, make sure that your plate options, meaning like whatever you're plating, is an odd number. It is scientifically proven that everyone's eye is attracted to an odd number. So, and you'll see this next time you go to a fine dining restaurant, you'll be like, oh my God, there's 5 scallops. Or there's 3. They'll never be 4, they'll never be 6. It will always be an odd number. It looks better on a plate, right? Because you can kind of stack an odd number as opposed to just 2, 4, 6, 8.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So there leaves room for like the presentation of things.
Sure.
So if you are doing something for a smaller group, then make sure it's an odd number. Does that answer your question, Vash?
Yes, it's definitely taking me to the point where I have to think about how I put it on the plate and not just think, oh, it looks good in the pot. I can just throw it on the plate any way that I want and it's still going to appeal to someone's visual. Okay.
Yeah. And then try with the sauces. Try to put the sauce on the base of a plate as opposed to just drizzling it on top.
Okay.
So, for example, if you have 3 crab balls, I'm just saying, if you have 3 crab balls, you're putting the sauce to make it a luxury dining experience with those crab balls. You are putting the 3, and I'm doing it with my hands because I want to make sure I get it right. I got 3 crab balls, and I'm putting them on top of the what do you call it? The dressing or whatever, the sauce.
The sauce.
He called it dressing. Like it was salad, y'all. Like, wait, what? Oh Lord, like it was stuffing. Okay, so you got 3. I'm gonna try. Let me try to take it away.
Oh my God, I'm so glad that wasn't me.
You have 3 crab balls, stack them in the form of a pyramid, right? And you take whatever cream, whatever sauce that you're using.
Yes.
Take a spoon, dab it on the plate, take the back of the spoon and scrape it. That's what we do. And then you'll stack the crab balls on top. So take a spoonful, like a tablespoon, dab your sauce or your cream, and then take the back of the spoon and scrape the plate. It will be beautiful presentation. Sprinkle some parsley over there, fresh parsley. We've gone through this before. Fresh, not the fake. And then stack your crab balls.
Okay.
But not in your dressing.
Now, I see that Lewis Smith said something earlier. I want to see what did Lewis say? He said that his mother used to say that no matter how good it is, if it looks like, oh, Lewis, $, and those other what do you call it? Nobody's going to eat it.
Yeah.
If it looks like nobody's gonna eat it. Well, but Katrell spoke to the fact that eating is visual, it's olfactory, it's like it is a combination of those things. And you guys know I do not know my way around the kitchen, but I do love interior design, and I know that whole commitment to 3s, how you balance things out, and so forth. So when you said that, it spoke to me from a perspective of design, interior design, like that 3 is. I get it.
I kind of looked at that as a conversation piece also, because you got 2 people who are going to dinner, right? And you have 3.
If you say crab balls, I'm gonna throw something.
I'm not gonna say crab balls. You have 3. You've been served 3 of something, scallops, as you said, and then there's 1 left. Doesn't that like enhance the conversation? Do you want that, honey, or would you like that? Or, it's like a conversation piece.
Okay.
She's like, all right.
I think you can split that scallop or split that. You can kind of cut it in half and split it. No.
If it's a new day, it kind of speaks to, is this person the sharing type? Because if somebody just reach over and take it and didn't ask you, you may want to consider that second date, but that's a whole nother talk show.
It could have just been hungry.
Huh?
You could have just been hungry.
Or you lose count of how many you had and how many I had.
Oh, we can't be that petty, y'all.
That's Alvin.
So, right, Bob.
Right, exactly.
Yes, so I'm gonna say
that's mine, right?
Welcome to He Said, He Said, He Said. Okay, you can three different opinions here.
Now
Okay.
we counting scallops now.
Okay, that's where we're going on the first date.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. It does tell a lot about a person. Okay. I'm sorry, Katrell. Excuse me. I digressed a bit.
Just a smidge.
Excuse me, Bobby. Okay, excuse me.
Clocking everything we eat, like
You know he's like
we cannot. Okay, so we had one more. What was our third?
Our third is a tasting, but I don't want to get over there just yet to see they're playing around. I told them, I don't know if I told Vash and Bobby, but Katrell is having an event right now going on. She is entertaining clients right now in the midst of this interview.
Oh wow.
That's how magical she is.
Come on,
Okay.
man. I've seen it, folks.
It's magical when it's done at the end of the evening,
Right on.
right?
Right.
But yes, I have a party on the rooftop. It is about, president probably going by.
I hear it.
But we have about 30 gentlemen, and they are celebrating. First of all, this is the coach for the Brooklyn Nets, and he is being inducted into the Hall of Fame, and they are celebrating upstairs on the rooftop, and it is actually happening. Like
Wow.
I love
but
it.
we have food.
I love it.
So if you all indulge me, I'm going to have you all sign me out, and then I'm going to go over and I'm going to be with Chef Katrell, and we're going to do a little taste.
Yeah.
I
Whatever.
can't
Get
wait
up and
to
go on
see.
over there.
Okay. So
Well, look, use your big words to describe everything because I want to feel like I am tasting it with you.
Look at that. Oh my God.
Okay. These.
Okay, so
Can
he's
you
signing out.
can you see?
Okay, well, Alvin's signing out because I think he's
Alvin's signing out.
I'm trying to leave. Oh, there you go.
You got and you got to cut yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
Can we see these? I'm making a mess.
Are
but that's
those like
okay.
chops, like lamb chops or something?
They are lamb chops.
Come on
They
now.
are
Wow.
a.
Hey, Alvin.
There you are. Oh, I can turn you up.
Look
now.
at that. Alvin's in the kitchen with you.
I thought it was me.
The magic
No,
of
it was me.
television.
It was you?
Yep.
Hello, everybody. I am in the kitchen of Chef Katrell, as I told you I would be. And if you all could see the spread that she has right here, it is absolutely insane. You want to talk about
Yes.
what you have here?
So the chops that I just showed you guys, which are hot, I'm gonna have you taste. Will you?
I will taste your chops.
Oh Lord, help us. I'm gonna tell those people up on the roof that one of those chops is missing since Alvin's always counting food.
The crazy thing is like this happens all the time. So I'm just gonna roll with it, right? Do you mind my fingers?
No, I don't mind your fingers, and my hands are clean, and so.
So this is a honey jerk lamb chop.
Wow.
Okay? Drizzled in garlic butter
Oh Lord.
sauce, a sauce that I make like a cream, and then
Y'all, I can't even talk. And do I taste like a pickle?
yes. So there's also like a dill pickle in the garlic butter sauce.
Oh, wow. To sort of cut through the richness of the.
Come on, Vash. Yep.
You know, come on. You know. This is what I'm saying.
I'm going to sit that right there.
You want to sit that there?
Because
Okay.
I don't want anybody on this show tonight to see me lick a bone. And it is worthy of licking, believe me.
Okay.
Especially with the lamb chop because she Frenched the bone so that you could actually hold onto it and
Vash
eat
better
it.
know what he's talking about. Okay. So this is a garlic and onion pickle. And this will clear the palate from anything that you just had, right? I do this in my tastings, like wine tastings.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the palate. Good.
I forgot I just had lamb.
I'm sure you'll remember it when you pick that bone up after we go off air.
I take a flat.
Okay. Are you guys flat or leg on the wings?
I can go either way. I like them both.
Flat.
Okay. How about you, Bobby?
Flat.
So I know that flat is like a thing, but I'm with you, Bosh. I could go either way. It's like it's
Yeah.
good, it's good, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, the textures are very different. Like one,
yeah.
the flats are a little slightly denser and moister, but I like the meatiness of the wing, of the actual
Yeah.
drum. Yeah.
So this chicken, watch him. He's looking like.
I have a question about the chicken.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It is so good.
Mhm.
I see barbecue sauce, but
No barbecue.
what is it? What is it called?
So it's natural herbs and spices. We use oregano, basil, smoked paprika, garlic, pepper, and olive oil and water, and we marinate it in that, and it's amazing.
And then what did you
And
bake it,
fresh
saute it?
I did saute it first. That's what
Okay.
makes it tender, and then we bake it.
And these can all be on your table for the holidays.
Yes.
All of them. All of them.
Easy.
So what do you call that chicken, Katrell?
Mesquite chicken.
Mesquite chicken. Write it down. Mesquite chicken. Okay?
It's good.
ChefKatrell.com.
All right.
Vash, I just want you to know, Judy is shouting out that you she didn't realize that you were such a gourmet gourmet cook, chef there. She's giving you little props.
Judy, we have been away from each other too long.
And Judy,
I
you will never say that about Bobby Edwards, Judy. I can promise you.
I want to take a little break. For those of you who are watching, we're going to do this after the tasting, but Katrell is giving away a gift, and you got to work for it. So just stay on the show because she's going to talk to you about that. And I'm going to have another pickle, and I'm going to clear my palate. And
Katrell, do you make your own pickles?
I do.
Of course she does.
Yeah.
Doesn't everyone?
Chop up some onion. You're good.
Mm-hmm.
okay, so what am I doing with this?
Spinach dip.
This is.
So this is crab spinach dip.
Oh
Yeah.
my Lord.
I
On
can
a
just do
cast
this.
iron. Yes, that's yours. Personally yours.
Crab spinach dip.
And what would you normally put that on?
My tongue. Delicious.
Wow.
So, Vash, chips, pita bread, pretzel bread, naan bread. He's still eating.
A
Yeah.
finger.
Do what Alvin's doing.
Yeah, let him do it. Like, it's lovely to watch him enjoy while we talk about it.
Exactly.
I see from presentation, you have it in a cast iron skillet. So that's a lovely presentation idea to take it right to the table, perhaps.
It cooks better too. Anything cooks better in a cast iron.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then as Vash said, it does make, I think, funky presentation as well.
And
Put on the board bread, cheeses, breads, chips, dippables into it.
For you all. This
Chef Katrell makes a mean charcuterie board too. I've seen it.
Yes, that's one of my favorite things to do. Because you can
God.
be creative and he's over here smacking in my ear.
I am.
No, he should know that we can hear that on air. I just want you to know we can hear that.
What do we have here? We're gonna.
Okay, so we have done our crab balls before. I won't tease you guys anymore. I know.
Chef Katrell, there's a question right now. Is there a difference between using the pickle and using sorbet to clear the palate? Is one preferred over the other? If so, why? Thank you, Louis, for that question.
That's a good question. I don't think one is better than the other. I do think that the type of sorbet, meaning the flavor, I think a lime is something that will cleanse the palate as opposed to a strawberry or a raspberry. But you want something that's really going to cleanse the palate, and a lemon or a lime sorbet would do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think one is better than the other, no.
Wow.
If you want cold or hot.
Alvin, can I ask a question very quickly? I know we're watching our clock. Okay, okay. Everybody who knows Bobby knows that of the gifts that God has given me, cooking is not one of them. But I do love to entertain, and I do know good restaurants so I completely hear you, Chef Katrell. I can entertain. I'm not going to cook it for everybody's sake. But if you had to recommend the simple yet impressive dish that the non-cook could possibly tackle, what would you suggest?
Crab.
No, because that requires too much. You got to color the spinach and measure. No.
How about the mesquite chicken?
No, because you would have to saute that, measure your. I'm just gonna say order, Bobby.
And you've spoken to me, and I hear you.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be honest and just say.
No, it's you know,
Because
stay
you
in your
don't
lane.
do a salad, right?
No, you not. That's not always impressive.
That we're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say make a mean reservation somewhere.
And I'm good with that.
And go with it. So we're going to keep moving because I want to get to the gift before we let Katrell go.
Yeah.
And if there's anything, I'm actually full.
Wow.
Did you see what Sundiata's saying? I'm being honest. I am being honest. Of course you're full.
She has for anybody who's watching this show, like I said, if you come to DC, please go to chefkatrell.com and find a weekend that you can come and partake in her brunch. There are several people who are on our viewers who have been here. I know Alma, Rose, they're on the show. Please, it is the wow factor that I can't even describe. I can't. And it is amazing. I've been knowing this woman a long time. And so to see her put her heart and soul into what she does, it is absolutely incredible. And thank you for coming on the show and doing what you do.
Let me just say this for the viewers. Full disclosure, I am going to be at an event in about a week or so that Chef Katrell is doing for a colleague of mine. So I'm going to get some really great pictures and I'm going to bring them back so you guys can see her work. How's that?
Because that setup alone that we're about to do is going to be amazing. They don't know what we're talking about, but you and I know.
You and I know it's going to be the bomb.
Yeah.
So that was a touche, Bobby Evans. I got you.
Wow.
That's right. You're eating it now, but I'm going to be eating it soon. That's right.
I know you're kind. So are we going to? Can I show them this? Can I lift it up or how?
Yeah,
how can I do this?
I'll try to lift it. How about that?
No, because they've already given me. Excuse me, I'm right here. Can I lift it?
Yes. So when you think about what's next for Chef Katrell, everyone knows. Vash, can you remember my daughter's name?
King.
Yes.
Yes.
And it is Kyng. So we have House of King, right? None other than House of King, and it is all luxury kitchen home decor items. And in this particular box, there will be 3 different boxes, but in this one, there is everything that you would need to start off with in the kitchen. All right. So we've got our rosemary infused olive oil that is amazing.
Just leave it open.
Leave it open.
I got it.
That's amazing. We have our luxury soy candle. We have a grapefruit, and there's also a citrus sea salt as well. Alvin, I'm just going to open this up.
Can you all see this? Can you see this? Oh my God, heavenly.
If you could step closer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a skosh.
Thanks, Bob. There you go.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
All right. And then we've got our seasoning. So this is what we used on our chicken, our mystique chicken. It's the garlic, oregano, basil, and ground thyme. So this is part of what we used on our chicken.
Okay.
This is...
They're coming for you, Alvin. I told them where you are.
This gift is a steal, and they're coming for you.
This is our cast iron. This is our cast iron. It's a mini Dutch oven, and it's amazing. This is probably what's making the box so heavy, guys.
Dutch ovens rule, but it is really a heavy
but
package.
It's got a gold handle. Let me tell you, it's beautiful.
Luxury.
And then this is our hand and dish soap. And it has, this particular one has peony scent to it.
Ooh.
And then I'll let you set that down.
Okay.
And Chef, can people just go to your website to order similar, like a starter set?
Yes, it will be up December 15th.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yes, but hold on.
But hold on.
But the purpose of showing the gift tonight on our show, Katrell is giving this gift away. So what we'd like for everybody to do, because we're going to make it hard for you, because trust me, that That was about 80 pounds in my arms. Yeah. So we need you to go to our He Said live YouTube page and subscribe. And when you subscribe and you look at this show, put a comment in there to let us know that you're there. We're going to be doing this for the next 2 weeks. Believe me, you know that we are good for giving gifts away. So this is a gift that you don't want to miss.
It has everything you need.
Everything. We will ship it to you. And all we need you to do is go to our YouTube page, say that you've seen the show, comment, we'll know you're there, and this gift could be yours. Okay?
And
That's all you got to do.
That's it. Just a little bit of House of King in your house.
Thank you. Okay.
do you want to give people an idea of what the suggested retail value of that gift if they were to go to your website and get it because they did not win? Because Alma's asking, if she don't win, can she buy it as a gift?
She can. It's $149.
Right on. And that's cheap. I don't want to say that's inexpensive for what you get. That pot alone, the candle, the oil that's infused, the hand soaps. If you were to put that together indiviedly, that would be way more than $149.
Yep.
So it is quite the prize for one of our viewers. So we want to make sure that you go to He Said live and subscribe in order to be eligible to win that lovely package from Chef Katrell.
You have to do that. So look, we have to get on with the show, but I want to thank you for having us in your kitchen.
I'm gonna go entertain.
She's gonna go.
Hi, Chef Katrell.
While I make my way back over to my camera, we're gonna get ready for the pop-up. So I'll see you all. Thank you so much.
See you soon, Chef Katrell.
Thank you, Katrell.
Happy holidays, dear.
Bye.
Wow, that was really exciting, Bobby, and that looked really super tasty.
Oh my gosh. And Alvin looks quite pleased. You're muted, which, we would.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was so much fun. So look, let's get ready for the pop-up. All right. That was, oh my God. Look, I came over here and didn't realize that I didn't even have my earbuds in, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I'm just talking.
That's what happens when you eat all that delicious food.
It was so good. Hey, Kenny. Oh my God, Kenny Duggar is back, Sir Kenny. Thank you for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna say it one more time. You gotta visit Chef Katrell. You gotta visit Chef Katrell. It is something that you don't want to miss. So again, welcome to the pop-up, everybody. There's been so much going on.
Yes.
So much going on that we want to share with you guys. For all of my fashionistas out there, I'm just going to briefly talk to you. You know, Kim Kardashian was she was one of the spokesperson for Balenciaga. Balenciaga was in the news after, Kanye West got fired or whatever. But the luxury brand actually ran some ads, and they were considered promoting child pornography.
Oh wow!
And it the ad, which has it's been since been removed from the company's website. It was part of the fashion house's spring 2023 collection with the activewear Adidas. The ad campaign also drew backlash because it featured images of children holding plush teddy bears wearing fishnet tops and leather harnesses. And it was surrounded by objects like flasks and necklaces. And now Balenciaga wants to sue the company North 6 for creating the ad. So help me understand this. You didn't know?
Right. No, I mean, that's so tired. What you have to go through to get a photo in a magazine. We have all watched The Devil Wears Prada. Ain't nobody fooled by a picture just going into a magazine.
Nobody.
No. There are several hurdles that a photo has to go over in order to get to that magazine. So
you even have to go through the planning of the ad campaign and do casting for the model.
Right.
So I mean, let's go even further back to that. So they knew exactly what they were doing. They just didn't expect this, and I don't understand why. But how many times did we see ad campaigns where we're like, didn't anyone along the process say that this was inappropriate, whether it be racially insensitive,
right,
child insensitive? I mean, it's just ridiculous. So
yeah. It reminds me of that campaign a couple of years back when I guess it was the person with the the large lips, the red.
Yeah.
I think it was Gucci, if I'm
It
not
was
mistaken.
Gucci, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, and my thing with these companies, I know some of it is for shock value to, to sell a product.
Right.
Most of them can take a hit. Balenciaga can take a hit, from critics and whatnot and bounce back. People will be wearing Balenciaga stuff. But Balenciaga has a history. I mean, just recently, just thinking about Kanye West, and I'm gonna move on to let him come to the show and wear White Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying? And so,
Yeah.
Yeah. Who is their
Yeah.
customer? Who are they selling to?
Yeah.
exactly. And it speaks to all that. It
Yeah.
speaks to all that. So, Balenciaga, be gone right now. Okay.
Be gone.
So,
Be gone. Be gone.
be gone. Be
Be
gone.
gone.
Be
We have
gone.
no more power here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, we've also been hearing a lot about some of the pop. During our pop session, we talk about culture and relationships and so forth. So there are a couple of relationships that have been in the news that I wanted to touch base on. One of them being a guy who I don't quite get the attraction to him, but he seems to be pretty popular with the ladies, and that's Pete Davidson, who's currently seeing Emily Ratajkowski, this supermodel right now. They've been publicly out there and about. Of course, you all know that Pete Davidson was associated with Kim Kardashian most recently. But this guy seems to be able to go around and get here's Emily and these supermodels and so forth. And it's a bit of a mystery to me why they're so attracted to him. But she said in a recent interview that he's vulnerable, he's lovely, his fingernail polish is awesome. She said he looks good, he's great, he's a good relationship with his mother, and we love him. So that was one of the relationships. But the one that was more
Well, hold on, Bobby. I
Okay.
also think, because
Yes.
he's been linked with Ariana Grande, Kim
Yes.
Kardashian, and now this supermodel. I just think that Pete Davidson has a big wallet. Okay. I'm just gonna put that out there right now. The man has a big wallet, and they all know it. So I'm sorry. You can go ahead, Bobby. I didn't mean to interrupt your commentary.
Okay. But the relationship that caught my eye, because it was a little bit of a surprise to me. If any of you watch ABC News like I do during the day, and certainly during the pandemic, the third hour of Good Morning America, What You Need to Know, is hosted by co-hosts TJ Holmes and Amy Robach. And they both were married to other people. And it was announced yesterday that they are now in a relationship. TJ Holmes and Amy Robach of What You Need to Know. And what I think one of the things that was intriguing to me about it was the whole notion of workplace love. Let's say this relationship doesn't work out. They are co-hosts of this television show. It could be really messy.
I would tune in for that.
I would tune
messy?
in. I would tune in for it. It could help ratings. Yeah.
The professionalism to overcome the messy
Yeah.
is what I would tune in to see.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would, when his wife goes up and tries to act a fool like Angela Bassett because
Okay.
I mean, if she was to do that, I would definitely turn into that station because I don't look at it. So that would be a reason for me to look at it.
But it raises the question that we might discuss at a further episode somewhere down the line. That whole notion of, is it even appropriate? Does it seem appropriate to have that level of relationship at work? Is it a conflict of interest? Does it potentially? But that's a whole nother show. So,
What, are you trying to say you're falling for me?
No. In the name of Jesus. Okay.
Look, what do they do?
I love it.
My God.
I love it. But grown folks, I know it's business, but you can't read them because they're grown. They're not doing anything, and
I almost said she tuned into for that message.
let's see what happens. It will create some good TV.
Yeah.
So let's keep it moving. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Well, speaking of relationships and family dynamics,
Yes.
Dwayne Wade has had to blast his ex-wife for blocking Zaya's name change. And for those of you who don't know, Dwayne Wade is a basketball player. He has a former wife who is Siobhan Funches Wade. They have a child whose name is now Zaya.
Zaya.
Is it Zaya?
Yeah.
Zaya.
Yes.
Zaya.
Zaya is transgender. and has been going through the transition, and we've watched it over COVID. There were very few things that were really holding our attention, but this was one of them, or at least with me. And over the course of the last few years, Zaya has decided to change their name.
Stunning.
Right, and just looking really fantastic, and this transition's been nice for them. I think they're really, really thriving. Anyway, the mother, Dwayne Wade's ex-wife, has come in to try to block the name change and the gender change. And Dwayne Wade has had to fight this and gone to court and said that, you know, her allegations are libelous and nonsensical. And, you know, they're just sort of going back and forth.
Part of her allegations also suggested that Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union are kind of using Zaya's transition
and capitalizing
on it, like, you know, publicizing it and getting publicity and all of that from it as well.
Well, I would say the same thing for her coming out and trying to get some sort of notoriety for this. What he has said in his documents and court filings and in statements is that this woman has not been as involved in the child's life and has just sort of come back in during this process. And, you know, we talk about sex and gender all the time here. And, you know, so I want to just touch on this and clarify. Sex has to deal with body parts. Gender is how you show up in the world. So if this child is looking to change their gender, and even if they ultimately want to change their sex, that is still a journey that they are on. And as parents, it is important that you support your child and protect your child from general harm. And I think that Dwayne and Gabrielle are in this place where they are with this child and have watched this child grow and probably know exactly what this child needs in this phase in their life. And I just hope that they can all come together and work this out for the benefit of
the sake of Zaya. Absolutely.
Well, Zaya's going to end up resenting her mom, I have a feeling. So, you know, if her mom is willing to deal with that, you know, that's also something that will be considered going through this process. And who, you know, but you know, I'm looking forward to see how this is what will pan out. But
we'll keep you informed.
Yeah, we will definitely keep you informed. Well, you know, we move from one household to another. For all of you Real Housewives of Atlanta fans, you know, I just wanted to, you know, share this with you. Last week, Portia Williams, she got married. She had 2 weddings. She married Simon Gubadia. And they, you know, she left the show so that she could actually be with this man. And now she's married him. He's Nigerian. So she had 2 weddings last week. This is the Nigerian wedding.
Oh my gosh, the dress.
That she had.
Wow.
And then she turned around and had an American wedding and invited all, you know, some of the Real Housewives, you know, castmates like, you know, Nene Leakes and Candy Barris, Drew Sidor, Cynthia Bailey was there, Kim Zolciak was even there. But I want to say kudos to Portia because, you know, Portia found a way to get away from that mess to say, I'm going to live my life and I'm going to do what I need to do. And she got a rich man in the process. So, you know, you can't, come on, Portia, do what you got to do. Congratulations.
Wow.
You know, but for you Real Housewives of Atlanta fans, first of all, just be glad that she's married because she was on the show without a husband. So I don't know why she was a wife, but you know, but
that's a whole nother experience.
That's a whole nother.
But being a housewife doesn't seem to be a requirement to be on
a Real Housewife. Exactly.
But from The Color Purple, I's married now. Okay, so so she's married. I'm sorry. Okay, so that's for the Real Housewives of you know, of Atlanta fans.
And I know we're running late on time, but I really did not want us to leave without honoring someone who we lost this past week, who really played, I think, an important role in the soundtrack of our lives growing up. Irene Cara, who many of you remember, who rose to fame in 1980 in the film Fame, died this past week at the age of 63. And you know, again, I know we're short on time. The whole show Fame was groundbreaking in so many ways and served as an inspiration of artistic expression for so many. And Irene Cara personally starred in films like, you know, Sparkle. She said she did the soundtrack, you know, for Flashdance. Her songs included things like Fame, Out Here on My Own, What a Feeling. As I said, the Flashdance thing, I Sing the Body Electric. There were so many songs. And for a young woman of color to be at that level of fame and really like expressing her gifts in that way, it just, she played a really important role in the soundtrack of a lot of our lives. And so we just honor and remember Irene Cara, who passed away at the age of 63.
Rest well, Irene Cara. And she was an Oscar winner.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she won an Oscar. So thank you, Bobby. Thank you, Vash, for sharing that. Ladies and gentlemen, we started a little late, so we ran over, but we're still on time. But thank you for joining our show tonight with Chef Katrell. Thank you for your comments. We definitely, believe me, you want to get this gift. We want to give it to you. So please go to our YouTube page. He said live, and become a subscriber if you have not. Watch this show and comment, because we will make sure that we add you to the potential list of folks who could win this gift from Chef Katrell. Next week, our show is I Said What I Said.
Oh, Lord.
And we're going to have on the show none other than NNPA's Ask Alma. She's going to be here. And if you've watched Ask Alma shows, Alma has she has a little niche for how she gets questions, but she's going to get some of our questions from some of our viewers. And,
all right.
And we're going to get her, her take on that. So Ask Alma will be here next week, ladies and gentlemen.
Excellent.
And before we close, I want to give you all the words of the week. It was from, your girl, my girl, everybody's girls, Oprah Winfrey. And this is about intention. Before you agree to do anything that might add even the smallest amount of stress to your life, ask yourself, what is my truest intention? Give yourself time to let a yes resound within you. When it's right, I guarantee you that your entire body will feel it. And those are the words of Oprah Winfrey, ladies and gentlemen. And we have had a great show tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Yes. I'm going to go home and take off these clothes. But until next week, when we see you on I Said What I Said, have a good week. And we will see you next week on He Said.
He said.
He said.
Ha, we got it right this time. Okay.
Good night, everybody.
Have a good week. Thank you for tuning in.
Peace, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks.